Hey guys, what's going on? Robert Warshak here, and we're going to be taking a look at and going over some Big Shaman. It's been a while since we played a big deck, so I figured Big Shaman was a good way to go. We've actually made I wouldn't say quite a few, but some changes since the last time we played this, so we'll go over the changes. I'll skim over some cards in the deck and give you a good idea of what they're used for those of you who have never seen a Big Shaman. The reason I like this deck is because it catches people off guard. They instantly mulligan or think you're playing some Quest Shaman or some Evolve Shaman. You whip this shit out right here, and they're like, oh my god, that's so spicy. So with that, we're going to take a look at the deck. I'm going to talk about it, and then from there, we're going to head into some games. If you want to see the games immediately, there should be like a little skip thing in the comment section below. So Earthshock right now, Death Rattles are really popular because of N'Zoth. There's a lot of Reborn minions. There's a lot of Tempo Rogue. Rogues run Van Cleave. So Earthshock is just a 1 mana, just clean up a Death Rattle minion or a Reborn minion or a buffed minion. So just really solid card for a very cheap mana cost. Moving to Ancestral Spirits, a 2 mana, give a friendly minion, or actually just give a minion Death Rattle, resummon this minion. So normally we want to use that on our own minions, more specifically like Muckmorpher, which will transform into another minion. So let's say Muckmorpher transforms itself into Walking Fountain, and then we can Ancestral Spirit the Walking Fountain. It'll actually bring back a full health normal Walking Fountain, not the one that got Muckmorphered. So it won't be a 4/4 when it comes back. It'll be a 4/8, which allows for some pretty cool combos. Big Bad Voodoo, same reason we have Ancestral Spirit in here. Same thing with the Voodoo. We put this on a minion. It summons a mana cost higher when it dies. Being able to cheese out really big minions early is what this deck does really well. Witch's Brew, I originally played 2, and then I kept drawing them, and then I wanted other things. We already have a lot of healing because of Walking Fountains. Even though there's only 2 Walking Fountains, we do run the Ziliax, Muckmorphers, and the Eurekas, which all have a chance to, again, summon more of those big minions. So I found that 1 Witch's Brew is just fine. Farsight, being able to Farsight into a big minion, reduce its cost by 3 and play it earlier is really good, whether this lands on Eureka, Alakir, Hagatha, Walking Fountain, Big Bad Archmage, Colossus, any of the big minions. This is a fantastic card for it to land on. Haunting Visions, this comboing with Farsight. So for example, if we Farsight into a Haunting Visions, we actually have the ability to play a big minion and then Haunting Visions for free, and then play a Big Bad Voodoo or an Ancestral Spirit. So it allows combos that normally weren't be able to work in a single turn to work together, or you can just play them earlier. Hex, really good against, again, Death Rattle minions, Reborn minions, big minions. Just being able to have a 4 mana, delete whatever you feel like, it's pretty solid. Hag the Scheme, really good AoE, something you're going to want in the mulligan almost every single game, regardless of the matchup. You keep this card every time. It's just really good, and it's really bad top deck later in the game, but it's really good to have earlier in the game. Muckmorpher, again, one of the points of the deck, being able to play this guy on 5, it transforms into a big minion, and then either it doesn't die, it wins board control, or you attach, a Big Bad Voodoo or Ancestral Spirit to it, is really big. Ziliax, how can you not play Ziliax? He's a good heal, he's a good trade, he's a good Muckmorph target, just solid card overall. Eureka, one of the reasons we play the deck, it summons a copy of a random minion in our hand. The only minions in our hand are really big, awesome, juicy minions like Big Bag Archmage and Colossus of the Moon. So being able to put a 6 mana giant 8-drop plus out is really, really powerful and can win games on the spot, especially if you hit a Walking Fountain against a Rogue or another Shaman. Earthquake, really solid removal, really good against Soul the Murloc because, we kill the board, the Murloc summon, then it does 2 damage to all the Murlocs. So against Shaman, this deck is actually really good, and we had a very high positive win rate against it. Alakir, a couple people didn't really like Alakir because he feels kind of weak, but he's really good if you Muckmorph. He's really good in the later stages of the game. He's really obnoxious to deal with, especially when you can Big Bad Voodoo and Ancestral Spirit him, and then trade, and then summon new guys, and then trade. And then a lot of people don't expect 6 burst from a big deck. So overall, just solid card. On top of that, we can also randomly generate Bloodlust from Haunting Visions or Rockbiter, and then attach that to Alakir. Now we have 12 bursts. Hagatha, not really a huge important card in the deck, but just a really solid card, I guess. It's an 8 mana, deal 3 to everything, so if you run out of removal, it's there. Also, there is a couple minions. This deck isn't filled with minions, but just being able to generate a spell every time you play a minion is pretty good in the later stages of the game. She's not absolutely necessary in the deck, and she doesn't make the deck what it is, like some other control shamans, but she's just a nice card to have and creates a lot of value. Walking Fountain, probably the best big minion in the deck. The ability for this to have life, rush, steal, and wind fury heals you in situations you normally normally die and kills minions that normally wouldn't die in the same turn. So really good card. Walking Fountain is insane. Probably the best minion in the deck. Big Bad Archmage. It's just a fun card. It's not necessarily the best 10 drop in the game, but the ability for at the end of the turn it to summon a 6 drop. And there's a lot of really good 6 drops. And if it doesn't get dealt with, it just keeps summoning 6 drops. So it's like a value generator. The longer this is out, the higher chance you have to win. And it's a high priority target for your opponent. And especially if you can play this and then you go Ancestral Spirit onto it, it makes your opponent have to kill 2 of them. They can't kill 2 of them. You just keep summoning 6 drops. It's really, really good. Colossus of the Moon is a new inclusion in this deck. A 10 mana 10/10 Divine Shield Reborn is really annoying to get rid of. Like the only thing that like is easily dealt with this card is like a sap, a hex, and a polymorph. The rest of it, your opponent either has to trade into it or ignore it. So this is really good if you Muckmorph out, and you know, if you don't need life, because obviously you want Walking Fountain at this point. But either way, Colossus of the Moon, really big card. It's kind of hard to play a big deck without a 10 mana 10/10 come back to life. Big daddy. Moving to Hakar, this is also a new inclusion in the deck. You'd be like, Rob, oh my god, what are you doing? You're running Hakar and you're not running Arcfist. You know, you're going to kill yourself. The thing is, the Hakar is in the deck to defeat Druids and to defeat the OTK Paladins. Those decks draw very, very fast. They draw a lot faster than this deck. There's only 2 draw mechanics in this entire deck, and it's Farsight. So there's a very low chance that we're going to be drawing a Bloods and we're going to be cycling hard through our deck. When we're playing against a combo deck, like let's say a Druid or a Paladin, they're down to 0 cards in the deck while we still have like 15. So this card in the deck isn't necessarily like, we might draw a Blood or 2, but our opponents will concede because they can't do their combo or their infinite value chain with the Druid. So this is just like a 1 card, you know, throw it in there and we basically instant win against Druids or Paladins unless they get like really lucky. But it's just there's too many Druids and too many Paladins to not play Hakar in a big deck right now. If those guys you know, chime down and there's not as many, we obviously can take this out and put back in like a Ysera or a Gruul or something cool like that. But for the time being, Hakar is just a really good anti-combo card. All right, so with that, let's head into the game, guys, and enjoy. Double on the... So if we wouldn't have killed the 3/1, we would have died when he hit us for that 20 damage, basically. All right, we're going against Druid. Should be all right. Don't you like Batterhead? I was thinking of taking him out of my list too. You don't like Batterhead? Not really. Not a fan of Batterhead. He's literally useless unless you're playing against aggro. Like, I'd rather play like... I mean, it's just me. Because I like control cards. So I'd rather play like a Ysera. But I actually took Ysera out for Colossus. Because if I'm gonna Muckmorpher, I'd rather hit Colossus than Ysera. Happy birthday, Granddad Shaq. Yo, thank you, Killing Machine. Alright, so we go Actually, we go Visions first, then Farsight. Maybe I actually Earthshock that. There's not a lot of stuff I'm Earthshocking in the, this matchup. So we Haunting Vision first because depending on what we get a free Farsight. But if we do Farsight first, we can't play Haunting Visions in the same turn. Scheme every time. Yo, the doc with the 26
Happy
months,
birthday,
dude.
Parshak 3.
Yeah, thank you, dude. Appreciate that. Appreciate all the birthday wishes. Everybody being so nice. So nice. We're going to Kobe's tonight, which means I get my huge pile of noodles. It's very exciting. These are exciting times, chat. We have 9 cards in hand. All right. We just sit here. Do we need to put... Is there another big minion I'm missing here, boys? Is there a possible another big minion that we could throw in here? I mean, I already put Colossus in here, right? There's Scheme. I have no play. This can't be normal. This only does 3 damage, and I have to play something. I wanted to save coin for, Hagatha. But it's not looking like that's gonna happen. Coining Earthquake just feels kind of bad. But coining Earthquake is kind of one of the only plays we have. I'm not hexing a 1/1. Our hand is just all removal. If this is the hand we wanted against that priest. I hope you find the slam of jammas today, or the wiggly whoop. Yeah, we've taken 2 L's on the hunter and then an L on this shaman deck. So ideally, a win is in the near future. But if we don't make it, I mean, we are playing a meme deck. We were playing against Druid, which is second best class in the game right now, against the deck that's not existent on the tier list. So I don't expect to do like, you know, we're not expecting to go absolutely crazy here. What up, Ariel? I guess next turn we'll just throw down the Hagatha and then we'll start playing minions. Man, you're making this difficult. Why you keep playing stuff? Well, if we had 9 mana, I could go Hex into the Scheme, but that is not available. The other options, I go Walking Fountain, trade. I could even do this Spirit. I don't like the Witch play because I'm taking a substantial amount of damage. Well, how much would that be? I'd be at 30 to 10, 12, 10, add 2, 16. 3, 2, 6. I mean, technically this is okay. I'm not dead if I do this. This lines up for a scheme. Even if Isanaris is, yeah, it's fine. It adds 8 more damage. I take 20. I should be at like 13. 9, it's fine, whatever. So this is 6. So now I go X, Scheme. Next, as long as I'm not dead here, which he shouldn't be able to just kill me, I heal up with the Walking Fountain, and I have the ability to res the Walking Fountain. So this should be fine. It was a calculated risk to heal back up. Granted, if he just goes Malagos, you know, Moonfire, there's not much I could have done about that to begin with. Alright, cool. Now we heal back up, boys. Easy heals. Easy heals. Now we just need to draw Hakar, and we win. You could throw an exotic Mount Seller in here since you have a decent amount of spells. What is an exotic Mount Seller? Well, we want something that has like a death rattle or some sort of end turn ability. So maybe Rag. Rag with Muckmorpher seems like it'd be good. What's going on with my Andorra? I was thinking about using another spirit on this, but I opted to not do that. There's a car. Do I ever copy a car? Make 2 of them. Twice the issue for this guy. Sure. Twice the bloods for this druid. Yeah, you better try to get as much armor as you can, bud. You might just try to Elise now. He's just surgering? Okay. I want to heal. I want to make sure I don't die to like some stupid combo. He has 7 cards. 2 of them are bloods. He just needs to draw 1 blood, and then he can no longer do the Elise thing. But I still have to be a high enough a life total that he can't kill me with just the straight up Malagos combo, which means I need to get on board and put pressure.
The Earth Mother was busy.
This is a 10 drop, so it doesn't evolve into anything. I don't know if I searched Farsight or just Big Voodoo. If I hit Farsight, what would I play? Probably nothing. Trading doesn't feel that good, but again, we just need to stay alive. He is to stay alive, chat. I win through bloods. He didn't draw another blood. Feels bad. I really don't want to put in another Witch's Brew. I feel like that's too much healings, because we have the Walking Fountains. Zephyrus, he's going to actually get a Zephyrus proc, because he hasn't drawn the blood. The options are probably Brawl, Mind Control Tech, and maybe, like, Big Game Hunter. Tyrion, that's fine. I mean, the weapon's kind of not fine, but it is what it is. Ziliax. And we get the free spell. So I guess let's draw with the spell. We get Morpher. Okay. I'm more inclined to go Morpher into Ziliax than I am. Okay. Ooh, random legendaries. Okay.
Unity, precision, perfection.
Okay. Alright, so how do I want to do this? I want to put in the blood in his deck as soon as possible, right?
Magic binds. Face your
Alright, here we go. Heal up. Hit him a couple times. Hopefully he draws a blood. Still hasn't drawn a blood. Feels bad. Happy birthday, Shaq. Yo, thank you, Dorf. Appreciate that. Come on, Big Shaman. Take out this Druid. We got this. Swiping the Goose. Weapons into the Alakir. We get another dude because of the Voodoo. Haha, Dino Dog. Starfalling the 5/4 because it kills off the 4/2 and the Ziliax. Okay. Alright, draw blood. Please, just one. Oh my god, no blood. Alright, we might actually... We gotta... This is not a good situation. Nourish. Alright, now he's gotta draw blood, right? There it is, there it is, okay. So he's... Yeah. Okay.
I can see.
Okay. There it is. We didn't really get that many points for killing a top 100 guy. Hakar the MVP. Hakar wins against Druid and Hakar wins against Paladins. And those are pretty popular decks right now. So
Happy birthday, man. Thanks for these years of quality content.
Haunting Visions, keep. And let's look for Scheme and like Muckmorpher, because we haven't been able to pull one of those off. Yo, we had Tig with the 5. Happy birthday, man. Thanks for the years of quality content. Yo, thank you, Tig. Appreciate that, man. That burrito is gonna be good. Thank you, thank you. How good is this deck? Looks interesting. I mean, we're 1-1 with it right now. In the game that we lost, we drew 0 removal against Combo Priest. But actually, we drew a single Earth Shock. I lied. All right, we gotta hack at this scheme. I'm feeling a lot better this game. We have an Earth Shock against a big Edwin, and then we have hack at the scheme on turn 5 if he goes wide. And we have Muckmorpher. All right, boys. Looking good. Yeah, I'm thinking we could throw in Rag somewhere in here. Muckmorpher into Rag doesn't feel too terrible. Eureka into Rag doesn't feel too terrible. I just don't know what I'd take out for it. You'd have to take out like stuff like Earthshock. Because Combo Priest isn't as popular as it was. And then against every other class, Earthshock really doesn't do too much. These songs are very questionable today on our radio. I'm excited. My dad's getting me a gaming chair for my birthday, and I hate this chair so fucking much. I'm so excited to put my booty on something actually good. Tony has a really good chair. What is it called? It's like it's not called ergonomics. I don't even know why I'm thinking ergonomics. Might actually be ergonomics. I have no idea. But it's some really cool chair. It's really good for back posture and stuff. All right, so I either play Muckmorpher and I hit. Scheme just seems so early here, you know? Like, that's not a lot of stuff. But I don't want him to keep getting Shaku value. Alakir seems weak as well, but I might be wrong. Alakir with Muckmorpher is good. You get a 5-mana 4/4 Taunt Divine Shield Wind Fury minion. But yeah, Alucard isn't terribly powerful, but he's not bad. I would say I don't know. I don't know who would be better, him or Ysera. I'm leaning towards him being better than Ysera because he does something immediately to the board state. But maybe Rag is better than Alakir. Like if I had Rag there, I think I would have liked it more. I want a game where I fatigued into a I farsighted into a Muckmorph and then hit Rad and I ended up ancestral spiriting it twice. Yeah, the thing about the Farsight is you can like make a minion super cheap, or you can hit like the Muckmorpher, which is already cheap, and you get a 3-mana Muckmorpher and like a 7-mana you can do ancestral spirit and like Big Bad Voodoo. It's just like, oh baby. Seems like a fairly weak board state. So maybe Rag is better than Alec here. Is there any way? What other good death rattles? Like maybe we could. Nah, Nazoth would be. Nazoth is bad with Muckmorpher, and he's bad with Eureka. That doesn't really work. This guy's making a lot of lackeys, man. He needs to simmer. Makes me think he has a, maybe like an Edwin in his hand. He's trying to make a Big Daddy Edwin.
Share the wealth.
Ooh. I don't know about that one.
Dark spirits twist the trees, foul the lake, and curse this land.
Why not Rag for Colossus? I actually just put Colossus in. We haven't seen how good Colossus is yet, but he's a really obnoxious minion to deal with. Most decks have no ability to deal with Colossus at all. Because there's not a lot of mages, and then the shamans don't run Hex right now. So like, what deals with the Colossus? Besides maybe like a sap from a rogue, right? Alright, we're drawing all of our big minions here. Questionable. Questionable. Very questionable. Do I just kill these two and keep this thing alive? Sure. Keep that thing alive. Yeah, like if I went like Muckmorpher into Colossus against a Druid, how do they win? Or Hakar? 6 mana Colossus, baby. Yeah, Eureka would make this hand pretty cool. Yeah, 5 mana Eureka. Keck. Scargill! Card's insane. Okay. Okay. So we just draw the other fountain. Huh. I like this. Actually, that would have, yeah. Yeah, okay. I guess I play Colossus?
Share the wealth.
Okay. I guess if he gets sapped, it's big sad. But we can still play any other card in our hand. Like, we still have double Earthquake, double Tag at the Scheme, a heal, a heal. How do I get this thing away from my... It's like community gifted sub. I don't know how to get this thing away, because then I can't read the top of chat. Okay, so he killed off his own unit. But he still has to deal with a 10 mana 10/10 that's going to bring himself back. Song's good. Finally, Pandora's playing that good shit. Uh-oh. Can he do 24 damage in a single turn, boys? Is that a thing? I'm gonna assume no.
How much is this worth to you?
So, if I go Witch's Brew, I can heal for twice as much as Walking Fountain. But I think this is still the play. Because this guy allows me to kill two units. Because, like, let's say I opt to heal. I heal for 8 more, but I'm still leaving 4 damage on board. So I'm only technically healing for 2 more. Or 4 more. Instead of getting a guy down. Leroy, Waggle, double this. 16 plus the 8. So we're looking at what? 24 damage? Seems pretty good. Alright, so how much damage do we have? We have 18 plus 6. We have 24.
Like sweating insects!
So right now, the most of you would have to go Sap, Avis, Leroy. That's max damage, right? Because by giving that guy taunt, he would have had to Sap it anyway, I suppose.
Think.
Anyway, it's fun.
Give me a
I don't see how we lose. You'd have to Sap and do some crazy shit. Witch's Brew. There's a... If we needed 3 more damage, I could have hit face once, hit this dies, summons another one, and then hit face, so this would actually do 9. So I have 19 damage here. I need 6 damage. I don't have it though, but if we needed 3 more, killing off our own guy to have it res back up. We could also Farsight into another Ancestral Spirit and win that way. Sure. Beakered, Avis, Leroy, Avis, Shadow Step. Not enough. Not enough, young man. You're going to have to pump those numbers up to beat me.
Smart moves. I concede.
I am Hans, and this is Franz, and we are here to pump you up. Deku. If you feel like Tokyo Ghoul sucks, you can always check out the shows I recommended 2 weeks ago. That is a good point. You drive a hard bargain. All right, I need a Hag of the Scheme. Box. I say that every game. Because you need this in your hand to grow. The problem with the card. Terrible, terrible late game card. But good if you draw it on turn 1. Yeah, I need to pick up back on My Hero. I wanted to let the shows. Oh my god, we got 2 schemes. Oh, Kasamida. We're making top 300. We're doing it. We're doing it live. We haven't watched My Hero because I want to be able to watch a decent amount of it at one time. I tried watching Boruto again. I got upset yet again. Because the show sucks. Have you seen the video I sent you about the channel killer law? Was that the one that, Alright, hold on. How much damage does this one do? 5? So I coined the cheaper. I coined the one... Is that the one... I looked at one of them you sent me, but it wasn't, like, new news. Let me look again. Oh, it's the one you sent today, yesterday at 9:50. I haven't looked at that one yet. Ooh, good draw, Pogs. What do we get? Hey, baby. We're still at full health, though. XD, dude. If you keep picking shit shows, then listen to me, you goofy goober. Well, I'm just, I watched already all of Naruto and the Naruto Shippuden, so I figured you might as well watch Boruto. I'm not gonna, like, you know what I mean? I want to give up, but every time I get back into it, I want to cry. Wow, that's a really good summon. Alright, cool. Trade. 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 Look at this pro level play. Trade. 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 Who's a goofy goober? Battle! Kasamida? Oh, he dropped a Kasamida. Ooh, top. Top 300.